Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's tutorial will be on circle and its variations. There are different types of circle. We have a full circle, which is the 360-degree circle. As you can see here, a circle has 4 quadrants, and each quadrant is having a right angle triangle of 90 degrees. As you can see here, this is one quadrant, 2, 3, 4, and the angle between here and here is 90 degrees. From here to here is 180 degrees. Here to here, from here to here is 270, and from here to here is 360 degrees. Hence the name 360-degree circle. The next circle on my list here is 270-degree circle. From here around to here is 360 degrees, but this circle is 270 because it only covers 3 quadrants, 1, 2, 3. From here to here, this 4th quadrant is not included. It only covers 3 quadrants, and it covers a 270-degree angle. Hence the name 270-degree circle. It is also called a 3/4 circle because it covers 3/4. 1, 2, 3/4 of the quadrants in a circle, and the circumference is from here round to here. The next one on my list is 180-degree circle, and as you can see here, it covers 2 quadrants out of the 4 quadrants. It covers the first quadrant at 90 degrees and the second quadrant from here to here 180 degrees, hence the name 180-degree circle. So it is also called a half circle flare. The next type of circle on my list is the 90-degree circle, which covers only a quadrant out of the 4 quadrants of a circle, and the circumference is from here to here. It can be from here to here, it can be from here to here, or from here to here. The only thing is it covers only a quadrant, hence the name 90 degrees. It is also called a quarter circle. The first one, which is a 360-degree circle, our circumference is going to cover a whole circle. The second one, which is the 270-degree circle, our circumference covers 3 quadrants out of the 4 quadrants in a circle. The next one, 180 degrees, our circumference covers half of the circle, and the fourth is 90 degrees, where our circumference covers quarter of the circle. There is a mathematical formula to calculate circumference, and our circumference is from here around to this place. Our radius is from the middle of the circle to any point, and to get this our circumference, it has a formula which is 2 pi r. Pi is a mathematical constant, and it is 22/7 in fraction, or 3.142 in decimal. R is the radius from this center to anywhere, from the center of a circle, the middle of a circle, to anywhere on the circle. That is the radius. And this our C is going to be the circumference of wherever we want to attach this circle or the flare. If you are going to make a circle skirt, the C is going to be your waist circumference. If you are going to make a circle sleeve, the C is going to be your armhole circumference. The circumference of wherever you want your circle is our C. So our circumference is known, but our R is what we don't know. And in order for us to get our accurate circumference, which we measure, we need to know our R, which is the distance from the middle, the midpoint of this circle to anywhere here. We know that our C is 2 pi r. We can easily divide through by 2 pi to get our r. If you divide C over 2 pi and 2 pi r over 2 pi, you cancel through your r. Your r will now be equal to C over 2 pi. So this is the formula for your radius. To cut a full circle skirt or a 360-degree circle skirt, we need the following measurement. We need our waist circumference and our length of skirt. So I will be working with a waist circumference of 20 inches. My C here is 20 inches and my length of skirt is 12 inches. So I'll be working with 12 inches. Since I know my C and I know my length of skirt, I will use this formula that we derived the other time to calculate my radius. My radius for a waist circumference of 20 inches is going to be 20 inches divided by 2 times 3.142. That is 20 over 6.284, and it is equal to 3.182, approximately 3.125 on our tape, or 3/1/8 of an inch on our tape. Having gotten our radius, the next thing is to add our radius to our length of skirt. So our R plus L will now be 3.124 plus 12 inches, which is 15.125. We are going to multiply this by 2 to get the extent of paper that we need for this project. So 15.125 times 2 is 30.25. I said 15.125 multiplied by 2 is 30.25. I'm going to cut out a paper of 30.5 in width by 30.5 in length. That is a perfect square. I've cut out a paper of 32 inches by 32 inches to a perfect square. This is this here. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this my paper lengthwise, thereby having 32 by 16. Then I'll fold again widthwise. So here now I'm having a perfect square of 16 inches by 16 inches. A full circle is having 4 quadrants, so our paper must be folded in 4 places. Here our paper is folded already in 4 places. A perfect square of 16 inches by 16 inches. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. This edge is folded and this edge also is folded. So what I'm going to do next is to mark my radius from this folded point. This is the middle of this paper. If I should open it, this point here is the middle of this paper. So from that middle, from the center point of this paper, we are going to mark our radius, and our radius, the radius we are working with here is 3.142 or 318 of an inch. This is 318 of an inch here. So I'm going to mark out my radius from this center point. I've marked out my radius from the center point. I put my tape like this and measure 3.125 all round. So this is my radius. Let me connect it into a line. I've connected it into a line. So the next thing is to mark my radius plus length of skirt, and from our calculation here, our radius plus length of skirt is 15.125. So I'm going to mark from this center point 15.125. I'll mark it round to the other end and show us. I've marked my radius plus length of skirt round with a dotted blue line here. I'm going to connect it into a curved line. After connecting it into a curved line, all I need to do is to cut out my radius and cut out my length of skirt. If you are doing this directly on your fabric, you will need to add your hemming allowance of ½ inch down here and your sewing allowance of ½ inch up here. The sewing allowance I used to join to your band, come up by ½ inch here and connect before cutting. And that is if you've already added your zipper allowance. You are supposed to add zipper allowance to your waist circumference before calculating your radius. But if you forget to add your zipper allowance to your waist circumference, cut on this exact radius, on this exact line, cut that and add 1 inch here. By the time you sew ½ inch here, this circumference is going to increase, and that increment will serve as your zipper allowance. Let me cut out. I've cut out the length of skirt. I'm cutting out the radius already, but I said if you did not add zipper allowance to your waist circumference before calculating your radius, please cut on this line. But if you've added, you have to come up by ½ inch for your joining allowance before cutting. And if you have added, all I'll do is to cut up like this, come up by ½ inch and cut. But I've not added, that is why I'm cutting on this exact line. And you can cut on the exact line and add the allowance on your fabric. So this is how to cut a full circle skirt. If I should measure here now, it's going to give us 20. Let me do that. Our waist circumference is 20. So this now is unfold like this. So if I should measure from here to here, I'll have 10 in two places, that is 20. But when measuring, don't put your tape, don't lie your tape down. You have to raise your tape this way and measure along this curved. So it's unfold. We are supposed to have 10 inches. As you can see here, we have 10 inches. So this is our exact waist circumference.